It should be live shortly. I'll give you the confirmation.
I'm glad you're not driving, Jim.
What makes you think I'm not driving?
You're on the wrong side of the
We're live. We're live.
Thank you.
All right.
We'll call this meeting. We're back into public session, and I'd like to call in Commissioner North.
Great. Thank you, President Getz. Okay, we have spent quite a bit of time here in executive session today discussing many of the candidates that applied for the open position of Parks Director. It was a robust discussion. We have had several exceptional candidates apply, yet we don't feel that the candidate pool of qualifying candidates here is big enough for us to consider moving to the interview stage of this process. As such, I would like to make a motion that we proceed to open this position again in hopes that we will entice additional candidates to consider this role and apply for the position. We don't at this time have any details on what that would entail, how soon the city's HR department will be able to open that position, or how long it will be. So I do intend to work with our HR team on those particulars in the coming days following this meeting. We also, again, we have Dan Vogelpohl, who is the chair of the Cincinnati Parks Foundation board. At a previous opportunity, I know that the Parks Foundation offered to assist the Parks Department in any way that it can to identify potential candidates. It would be terrific if the Cincinnati Parks Foundation would consider engaging a consultant to help us identify and do some outreach to candidates for this position. Of course, those candidates would be encouraged to apply to the city's process. Again, in the coming days, I am hoping to have some dialogue with the Cincinnati Parks Foundation about that, and also to engage with the city's HR department as to the particulars on how that would work. I think I did entertain a motion in there to reopen the position.
Yes.
Any discussion?
First of all, do we have a second to the motion, please?
second.
We have a second. Thank you, Commissioner Castellini. Discussion, I think it's a great idea. I'm encouraged by those that have applied and agree that we try and expand the candidate pool.
I think asking the foundation to help us in this process is an excellent idea. And especially as far as perhaps finding the appropriate search firm.
Perfect. Any other comments? We do have a motion to empower, ask Commissioner North to work with city HR to reopen the position. We have a motion and a second. Tia, can you call the roll, please?
Sure. President Getz,
Yes.
Vice President Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Castellini,
Yes,
Commissioner Linder,
Yes.
Commissioner North.
Yes.
Passes.
Thank you. Molly, is there anything else you'd like to bring before us? You mentioned we will have a follow-up meeting, so that will be posted.
We will. That's right. That's right. Jim, as soon as I have more information from the various city departments, I will then request that we set a time for another special committee meeting.
Perfect.
One other maybe
Yes.
detail. I think we have had this advertised in our social media during the time this was open. if it still is there, if we need to update the dates on that so people interacting with our social media would know that the application period is remaining open, that would be helpful.
Great idea. Thank you. Any other business related to this topic? If not, I want to thank all the commissioners. I want to thank Interim Director Nair for being with us, and Kevin Frank from the Law Department, and especially our two members from the Foundation, Dan Vogelpohl and Brian Tiffany. And special thanks for Molly for heading and leading this process for us. So with that, we will stand adjourned. And